Okay, I'm not taking a break anymore. I actually stopped taking a break almost immediately after uploading that video. I had a conversation with a friend. I got so motivated that I started focusing really hard and getting stuff done. I have, my life has pretty much only improved in the last 48 hours, or however long it's been since I uploaded that video. It might be 4 days. I don't remember, to be honest with you. I am very scared of the sheer state of things right now. And I am worried about World War III. I'm worried about civil war. And I do not have enough money to flee this country if I had to, without some kind of just system in some other country saying that they'd be willing to take me in as a refugee. And the only one that would be feasible would be Canada. And Canada might just get annexed by Trump. So I'm terrified. I'm not going to be a coward, though, but I'm not going to throw my life away either. I'm really thinking about where to take the future. And I recommend all of you get a gun if you don't have one. Just to have one. And I recommend all of you to start learning survival skills before we stop being the most powerful country in the world anymore. We're going to need to change. We're going to need to change how we're doing things. And I hope that this country doesn't completely fall apart because I don't want China or Russia ruling the world. But I also won't be surprised if it does happen. I'm basically expecting it at this point. Our country has just totally fallen apart. And I am going to be focused on myself. Just wanted to give you an update that I'm not taking a fucking break through the end of the world. I said, I'm taking a break. I'm chilling. I'm not. I've been going at 100 miles per hour. Listen, I need to tell you the most important things, and then I'm not going to be posting videos for a while because I'm going to be focused on myself. You need to think about what is the most important thing in life to you, and you need to protect that. And if you're a leftist, you need to get mobilized right now. Now, don't, for the love of God, or whatever thing you worship, or the opposite, or whatever, for the love of the fucking any person you like, please do not commit violence, no matter how justified it may be, in the coming days. Trump is going to use it as an excuse to start martial law in this country, and then none of us will be safe and no one will be allowed to leave. It will be far less selfish to avoid violence, unless you can do what it says unless you can successfully do what it says in the Constitution and do what we are rightfully allowed to do by law, which is overthrow the government if they're not following the Constitution. But some people feel differently, and you might just start a civil war if you do that. And because some people say that, Trump won the presidency, he has a mandate to do the things he's doing, even though he has no mandate to do 90% of the shit he's doing. And people are actually so brain rotted by wanting to get rid of illegal immigrants that it's literally the only thing that matters to them. And that is awful to me. But regardless of if you agree or disagree with me about politics, you need to understand that we are at a precipice right now. We are at a historical precipice right now. We are this close to World War III. There's no distance between my fingers. And it could turn bloody or it could end before it starts, before it really gets heated. It could just manifest as what's already happened, and then people simply refuse to fight. But you cannot I am so terrified of the future of this country. And I'm terrified of any random stranger I may meet because the things I read online are horrifying. People's opinions. A woman was murdered in cold blood by an ICE agent, and bootlickers online are trying to claim that she tried to run him over, when it's very clear that she was driving 4 miles per hour and was trying to get out of there because they were trying to unlawfully detain her. And ICE has shown to unlawfully detain people and torture them before releasing them later, saying they didn't do anything wrong. We still tortured them though, and malnourished them for 2 months or longer. And sometimes people die in ICE custody, having committed no crimes. That's already been happening. And they die, and I should be very specific here, in concentration camps, having done nothing wrong. And this wasn't even an immigrant, this was just a US citizen. And there are bootlickers in US comment sections who are ratioing people, saying that she was threatening his life because she was trying to drive away and not be tortured in a concentration camp. I don't know if that's Russian bots trying to sow discord amongst our populace, or if our populace is actually that fucked. I don't trust anything I see on social media anymore, and you shouldn't either, because so much of it is easy to fake, and lots of powerful people see opportunities like this, of pivotal moments in history, as an opportunity to seize control over the narrative by spreading falsehoods on social media. There are probably very sophisticated bot networks and trolling campaigns that aren't bots, that are humans hired by companies and by governments to intentionally spread controversial opinions and seem unhinged. Do not go on Twitter. Do not go on even Blue Sky. Do not go on any fucking social media. Do not go on Instagram. Do not go on TikTok. Maybe TikTok, because TikTok is actually weirdly better at being leftist than, and like real, not just leftist, but just real than any other social media. But, at least in my experience, but do not use TikTok either, honestly, unless you want to stay updated on news. Do not go on fucking any social media. Don't go on public Facebook. Don't go on Reddit. Don't go anywhere where there is any possible way to use brigading to give you a false impression to people. Facebook is, that's among friends, is different, because that's people that you know, and you know that they're real people and that their accounts weren't hacked. They're really saying this. ICE murdered someone, and Trump is excusing it and talking about invading Greenland. If anyone supports Trump still at this point, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. I just want to make that very clear. I've had a lot of fucking patience for you. If you still support Trump at this point, he was supposed to release the Epstein files on the 23rd, and he still has only released 1% of them, less than 1% of them, and yet they still implicate him fairly strongly. It's mostly Democrats who have been implicated. Oh my God, it's almost like when you selectively cherry pick which 1% of the Epstein files you're going to release, you can spread a narrative. Isn't that fucking crazy? Oh my God. He was supposed to release all of the Epstein files by law on the 23rd. He didn't do that. And now it is the first week of the new year. He has invaded a nation. Oh, it's Venezuela. It's fine. Everyone hated Maduro anyway. Okay, fine. I don't care to argue with you about that. That's politics. But he's not just invading them. He's going to go to Greenland. He's going to do a bunch of other shit. If he invades Greenland, I am fleeing this goddamn country. I am not kidding. As soon as I have the money and resources to do so, and if someone wants to donate money to me and feel sorry for me, let me know. Low battery, okay. Let me know, and I will set up some kind of PayPal or something that people can directly donate to me. I'm not going to make a fucking Patreon because I don't make content. That's not what I do, clearly, at the moment. So, there's that. A part of me is considering just using the money that I make from door dashing to, like I'm genuinely considering just leaving this place so I don't have to pay for rent anymore, and just crashing at some friend's house, and just DoorDashing 24/7, saving up as much money as humanly possible for the foreseeable future, and using that money to get me and as many friends out of this country as possible, because this is getting very, very, very close to, who am I kidding? It's worse than 1930s Germany. And that's where we're at right now. So, I believe that because this is America, our country isn't going to descend into civil war. Nothing is ever going to lead to a civil war. Because we are too, but then again, it could be caused by foreign agitators. It almost happened in 2020, but it didn't. People's sense of unity was too strong. I don't know if that's the case anymore. This could very easily bubble over into some kind of civil war. I trust the left not to be violent. I do not trust the right not to be violent and like start a civil war. I do not trust that to happen. Part of me thinks I'm a coward for leaving this country, for wanting to leave this country. Part of me thinks that I should not be a coward and I should stay and I should protect my friends with my life. So I'll have to make a decision fairly quickly, obviously, and I encourage you to do the same. But DoorDash is an evil fucking company. The Republicans want it to continue existing, but it makes a lot of money without you having to get hired anywhere. If you can do DoorDash, if you have the means, and you have good enough gas mileage for it to be worth your while, do it. Make money. Grind it. And I promise you, you won't regret having extra money on hand. I am fairly certain we are about to enter into, this is unrelated to anything I just said, by the way. This has nothing to do with Greenland. I mean, it has something to do with Greenland, but it's not like because of Greenland completely. We are going to enter into a financial depression. I am 100% certain of this. There's this YouTube channel, Bravos Research. I don't usually directly name people, but I'm just doing this to give myself a little bit of credibility. I thought they were stupid and wrong during 2025 because at the beginning of 2025, they said that despite all of the pessimism in the market, they're pretty sure that 2025 is going to end off higher than it started, even if there's some kind of correction or crash from the April tariff announcement. And there was a correction or crash. And right after the crash happened, while it was happening, they said, this crash is going to end quickly or absolutely devastate the economy within a week. Those are the only two options. And if it doesn't do that second thing, then it's going to keep grinding up for the rest of the year. All signs show and point towards that being the outcome. The economy is just going to keep growing for 2025. And I thought, bullshit, you're just a Republican dick sucker or something. So I didn't believe them. That is exactly what happened. 2025 did nothing but raise the whole time. So I trust these people because that was a very unpopular opinion in 2025 on investing YouTube. Everyone was screaming that the end times are near and it's going to crash tomorrow, but it didn't happen. And they were one of the only people who were saying it's bound to go up. And they gave evidence. They gave this and once was. Now they are saying that the global financial system is showing cracks and we are going to enter a very serious recession sometime in the next 6 months. So hold on to your fucking hats, people. This is about to get really, 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 really bad. Because it's not just your everyday recession. It's a wartime recession. We're about to become World War II Germany, but with an American flag and a Christian cross. If you don't want any part of that, then get yourself as much money as possible and either double down and stay here in your homeland and defend it, or get the fuck out and leave before your legacy is reduced to ash. Please, if you have any self-respect, I beg you to do something like that. And if anyone is watching this video who knew me, who isn't in contact with me anymore, I sincerely hope you live the best possible life that you can. And you know how to contact me if you want to, but you are under absolutely no obligation to do so. And I hope that you do well. And I'm willing to truce with anyone I've ever been enemies with. If there's anything productive we can do for each other in these trying times, I'm willing to look past anything to form some kind of cohesive bond during this world-changing time. So please do not underestimate how bad things are. But also, please understand that things are so much better than the news has you believe. People are such good creatures. We are so capable of being so good, and we live in a time of surplus of food and property. It's just in control by the billionaires. Please remember that. Whether you're right wing or left wing, that is a fact. That is the state of things right now. If you want things to get better, we have to take control of food and housing away from the people with power and into the hands of individuals, no matter their politics. This is the only way to stop humanity from ending. I don't say that lightly. And I know you don't have to take me seriously. I'm just some autistic dipshit with queer hair and glasses. I get it. But please, please take this seriously. If you think I'm being ridiculous, you are being ignorant. You are not paying attention. I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it. This country, its days are numbered. It might not be around in 1 decade. Okay? So please prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. And don't just hope for the best, build for the best. Expect the best. Have a positive attitude. Draw like-minded people to yourself. Make as much money as possible. I'm not saying the system is fair. I'm not saying, oh, if you're poor, you should just lift yourself up by your bootstraps. I'm saying you are poor. You are a victim. The system is bullshit. The system is unfair, but work anyway. Get money. Get yourself out of the hole you're in. If you're in one, if you're not in a hole, help people out who are in one. Or invest your wealth so that you can short, and by invest, I of course mean short certain things, and only invest when you're very certain you know what you're doing, and get and use that money to help people. Or don't do that if you have even the slightest doubt that you might lose the money, and it's any amount of gambling. Don't do that, and give it to the people around you instead. I have many regrets with how I handled my money. I almost uploaded a video about it, but I decided against it. I might do it in the future, where I'm just completely honest about my financial situation and all the history of what happened and bullshit. But the short story is basically that I lost a lot of it to just the stock market going to shit, and then I lost the rest of it trying to make it back on the market. Even though I was winning the majority of my trades, I got greedy and I bet too much on trades that I lost. It was like I was destined to lose the money. It was ridiculous. I won like 75% of my trades, but it didn't matter. I still ended up losing all of my money in the long term. And I am only able to sit here and make this video right now instead of working 24/7 on DoorDash because one of my family members was nice and gave me a decent amount of money. That is enabling me to get my life the fuck together. And I am not going to let it go to waste. And I need to urge every single one of you to please take your situation seriously and care for the people around you. This is the only life we've got. So, this may be the end, but every end is also a beginning, and you need to have that attitude, and you need to focus on the ways in which you can engage in world building, and you can make things better for yourself and the people immediately around you. It may seem selfish to you, but it's the only thing that matters when the power grids go out, for example, okay? Is how much you have and how much capacity you have to help others and how much capacity you have to protect yourself against bad faith individuals. Those are the only three things that matter. And obviously how likable you are is like, yeah, but that's what you need to focus on. It doesn't matter how likable you are if you get killed by some fascist group within a week of the power grid going out, inevitably, as we all fucking know that's going to happen, or the martial law or something like that. So please focus very intently on yourself, but also on the people around you and what you can do to make the world better. If there's anything you can do at all, do it. And if you don't think there's anything you can do, start looking into things you can do and become conscientious of it. But don't fall for the liberal bullshit of, oh, you called your local office, or you called your local representative, you've done your part. No, you haven't done your part. You haven't changed shit. If lots of people call their representatives, it changes what they're able to get away with. But they still do it anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying it has no effect, but that shouldn't be your one thing that you say, oh, well, I'm absolved of all sin now. I'm helping. I'm doing my part. No, you're not. You need to focus on food security, housing security, and life security. Those are the three things you need to focus on. And if you don't know what that means, you absolutely have got to find someone who does and who can protect you. Please, for the love of God, the love of any deity that you may worship. So, I've got to go now. I've got things to do. Have a nice day. And have a good week despite all of the bad shit that is happening. Please take care of yourself and be safe out there. And defend yourself. See ya.